Hola, salut! My name is Miss Bruna and it is my pleasure to be speaking with you tonight. I am the head of Modern Foreign Languages in Maiden Early School in Reading, and I'm delighted to be sharing with you some of the amazing reasons for choosing to study French or Spanish at GCSE, and to give you a brief overview about what your child can expect to study. So what is our intention for GCSE learners of French and Spanish at Maiden Early School in Reading? All students will have the opportunity to make a strong progress and become confident users of French or Spanish. Students will learn about the countries where the languages are spoken, building their cultural capital. With our practical approaches, students will enjoy learning and using a new language. Language learning will support the understanding of grammatical concepts in all languages, including English. Literacy, numeracy, and oracy skills will be improved throughout the course. Students will be given the opportunity to have exposure to authentic speakers, materials, and foreign visits. Students will experience high-quality teaching. The language curriculum will support knowledge and understanding about healthy living, the environment, social issues, global issues, cultural understanding, respect for others, amongst other topics and values, which will allow learners to develop their cross-curricular knowledge in other existing areas. The language curriculum would develop lots of other skills, including collaborative work, problem-solving skills, and communication in the appropriate register. Students will be made aware of the career opportunities available by obtaining language qualification and learning a new language. And finally, students with a home language proficiency will be supported to take GCSE in Year 11 for that particular language. So what would learners study in GCSE Spanish and French? So it is worth mentioning that either Spanish or French, they both follow the same curriculum and the same contents, and they're virtually identical except for the language itself that students are taking. And you can see in the screen our language learning journey for both languages, with plenty of opportunities for recall and revision and building into previous knowledge from foundation years. We use for both languages the AQA specification, which divides the themes that are up for examination in three main themes, which are Theme 1, Identity and Culture, where we cover ideas about ourselves, family, friends, technology, social media, free time activities such as music, cinema, TV, and so on, sports, and also customs and festivals in the countries where the languages are spoken. In Theme 2, we cover hometown, neighborhood, and region. We cover also social issues, including healthy and unhealthy living, charity and voluntary work. We also cover global issues such as the environment, poverty, and other social issues. And finally, we cover travel and tourism as well. In Theme 3, it's all about current and future studies and employment. So students cover topics related to their studies, the life at school or college, the education post 16, and also jobs, career choices, and ambitions. Once they get to the end of year 11, the way these topics are assessed is through 4 exams, which recognize the 4 skills of language learning, which are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And each part of these exams is worth 25% of the final grade. Throughout the years, they get plenty of practice and rehearsing in this type of exams, and we're confident that by the time they get to year 11, they're more than ready to do their best in all four skills. So at this stage of the presentation, I wanted to answer a couple of frequently asked questions that we often get. The first one is, can my child study French or Spanish for GCSE if they haven't done so previously? This is a question that we get quite often, and the answer to it is yes, but this is not in a case-by-case basis. So we strongly suggest that if your child has taken French or Spanish during year 7 and 8, that they continue with that language all the way through GCSE. If your child has taken French or Spanish during year 7 and 8 and they've done very, very well in the language, it might be possible for them to start the other language that they haven't taken in year 9 and carry it all the way to GCSE. As I said, this is not on a case-by-case basis, and we do strongly recommend that they stick to the language that they started on year 7. The second question that we often get asked is, we speak another language at home, can my child do a GCSE in this language? The answer to this is yes, but it does depend on the language. Our examination officer has a list of all the languages that we can offer for GCSE, which is fairly extensive, and this will be done in the end of year 11 alongside their other GCSE examinations. In order to take this GCSE in their home language, they must be able to write and speak the language, as well as being able to understand the written and spoken form. As I mentioned earlier in the presentation, in GCSE, the final exams will consist of 4 components, which are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So they must be able to master this language in all 4 skills.